A must-win for the Bonnyville Pontiacs tonight as they are back in action in the playoffs. Moses Woldu joining me on the desk and have a little bit more like it's do or die basically for this team right now.
And you know, it's really sad because it didn't have to get to this point. They had a really strong start and kicked off the playoffs like they had hoped. They won game one, but they dug themselves a big hole since losing the next 3 straight to Whitecourt. Clayton Brown has more.
Only 1 game away from elimination, the Pontiacs have a daunting task ahead. They'll need to win 3 straight games if they want to punch the franchise's first ever ticket to the 3rd round of the playoffs.
We know what we have to do. We know it's possible to come back. You know, I've been with different teams in playoffs, and if there's any team that can come back from 3-1, it's definitely this team.
I think we've lost our focus at times, which has hurt us. We've lived in the past a little bit too much in this series, and it's really important for us just to come out here ready to play and win 1 game.
After scoring a total of 7 goals in games 1 and 2, the Pontiacs offense went stagnant in Whitecourt, scoring only once, including being shut out in game 4, 1-0.
We weren't attacking inside. We didn't have guys going to net in those last 2. You know, you shoot pucks from the outside, Kovac's going to stop them.
The big difference between the 2 clubs so far this series is special teams. The Pontiacs power play is sputtering at a dismal 8%, including a 1-for-12 night in game 2, while Whitecourt's is firing at 28%.
We've got to get on our toes and make better reads, make quicker decisions, and make better decisions. And to do that, we've got to narrow our focus and just get ready to do the things and play to our strengths.
We've been forcing things. I think if we simplify, if we just get pucks to the point and pucks through from the point and attack lanes off the half wall, we'll start producing.
The Pontiacs are back home for Game 5 tonight at 7 o'clock. In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap Sports.
Thanks a lot, Clayton. We'll stick with the AJHL, and the Lloydminster Bobcats announced Gary Van Herway as the new bench boss and general manager. Now, that was earlier in the month, but the organization has made the next move, finding a couple assistants for him in the new season. And now, after being turned down for the head coaching position, Kyle Tapp did accept the job as the assistant coach. Now, Tapp was the interim head coach for the last 20 games of the season and the first man on Van Herway's list to bring back.
Certainly Kyle was my number 1 choice by far. I mean, the technical part of the game, the tactical part of the game, he's proven himself and he's done a very, very good job at that. So,
not only will Tapp help out behind the bench, he will also be taking a new role as the Bobcats assistant GM.
I'm more than prepared to share all those duties with Kyle, and Kyle will be hands-on involved with me within the community and all the off-ice projects that we do. So I think it's just going to be a great learning experience for Kyle.
Also joining Van Herway and Tapp will be Bobcat alum Chris Wiebe. Now, Wiebe played for the Orange and Black from 1997 to 2001 and is second on the Cats' all-time games played book.
Chip in every opportunity he gets, and he just brings everything from character to depth on the bench and a go-to guy for the players to bounce things off and to learn from as well. So I think he really complements both me and Kyle, and certainly a very welcome addition.
All right, moving on. As we mentioned yesterday, Cold Lake's Tim Camelli is heading to AFC 17 Anarchy on Saturday and fighting for the light heavyweight title against Razak Al-Hassan. 11 fights in total will be on the card, including Sherwood Park's Stefan Beaumont, who's coming off his first loss as he battles it out with formerly nationally ranked Tim Jensen.
That kid is hungry. He's so upset about his loss to Campbell that he just wants to get back in the cage and take someone's head off.
Also, Ryan Ford makes his return to Edmonton after coming off a couple wins competing at the Bellator MMA as he gets ready to fight Brendan Tierney.
He's going to have a size advantage on Ryan, too, because he's a natural 85er dropping to 70 for the fight. And the guys, you know, we all know Ryan's Achilles heel is the ground game, and but he's been working on it pretty hard, and we'll find out against a guy who's got 80% of his wins by submission.
The event is sold out with 2,300 MMA fans packing the Shaw Conference Center in Edmonton. Fights begin at 7 o'clock. Now, for any women out there looking to take up a new sport that will get their adrenaline going, the Angels of Assault want to recruit you.
Let's go, side to side, side to side.
The roller derby team is looking for a few good women to lace up and play on their team. Now, these 3 women have never played before, but they're looking to try something new.
I came out because I thought it'd be an awesome sport for a single mom who has a bunch of kids. My kids are really excited about it. They're proud. They tell everybody that their moms joined roller derby.
The team is looking to pad their roster. They're hoping to dress 14 to 20 players. Coach Kelly Courtenay says that you don't need previous experience. She also wants to shed the stigma that the sport is violent.
It has changed a lot from the 70s and 80s, and it has definitely become a sports team environment. And yes, you do have the hitting, but you also have the strong skating ability in it.
The team is holding a recruitment and information session tomorrow afternoon. It's at the Tropical Inn from 2 to 4 p.m., or you can contact them by searching Angels of Assault on Facebook. Draw 6 of the CCAA Curling Championships in Edmonton had both Lakeland Rustlers men's and women's curling teams in action this morning. At 0-5, the men were playing for pride, really, hoping a victory against the host Nate team would help, but it wasn't meant to be. The Ukes stole 3 in the 4th and 1 more in the 5th to take a 5-1 lead. It was too much for the Rustlers. They ended up losing 9-3 and 9 ends. A win would put the Lady Rustlers in a tie for the 3rd and final playoff berth. However, the Grant MacEwan Griffins pulled out the 5-4 victory, so the ladies at 3-3 would need to beat Niagara College and hope Confed College and MacEwan would lose in their final draws this afternoon. So to the final draws, the men ended nationals on a high note. Down 8-6 in the 10th end, the Rustlers pick up 3 on a double takeout to defeat the Sioux Cougars. The women would come from behind with a steal of 2 in the 7th and singles in the 8th and 9th ends to beat Niagara Knights 7-5, but MacEwan did win their final draw to clinch the final playoff spot.